Hi, welcome back to the recap room. In today's video, we're going to be talking about one of our favorite superhero movies, Deadpool. So buckle up, because this video contains spoilers. The movie starts with Deadpool walking across his ruined apartment, dressed in his suit. He moves across the kitchen and turns all the gas knobs on before going back to the living room and lying on a few cans of gasoline. He flicks up a cigarette that falls into the gasoline and causes a huge explosion, killing Deadpool. Wade Wilson, aka Deadpool, then begins to narrate a story of how he reached that point. Wade narrates that he was killing enemies everywhere, whether it was him emerging from a coffin or dressed up as a hooker. One time, he was in a factory where he was killing a bunch of goons when one of the enemies goes inside a panic room and locks himself in while all of his men surround Wade with their weapons drawn. A few moments later, Wade emerges and runs towards Dopinder, who is waiting outside in a taxi. The two drive away while making small talk. Wade then gets out of the taxi and rushes to his apartment as he's getting late for his anniversary. Vanessa is waiting for him in the living room, and as soon as Wade enters, he starts making excuses for being late. But Vanessa is not mad, and the two kiss before exchanging presents. Wade gives Vanessa a precious coin, and Vanessa tells him that he had her IUD removed and that the two can start trying for children. The two sit together watching movies when Wade gets up to warm up Pop-Tarts. They begin deciding on babies' names when Wade tells Vanessa to get down. Just then, a few of his enemies start shooting. Wade manages to kill them and is distracted trying to make sure that Vanessa is okay when the man who had locked himself in the panic room emerges and shoots Vanessa dead. Wade chases him down the road and kills him. Wade mourns Vanessa's death and drinks heavily. His friends tell him that he has been at the bar for 3 days and that he needs to go home and process Vanessa's death. Wade unwillingly leaves and goes to Al, a blind elderly woman he has been living with, and scares her when he speaks all of a sudden. Al offers Wade her condolences, and Wade tells her that he blames himself for Vanessa's death. Al gives him a reality check and tells him that he needs to stop beating himself and that humans can't live until they die a little. Wade takes her metaphor literally, and that is how he ends up on top of the gasoline tanks. He blows himself up. Right before he is reincarnated again, since Deadpool is immortal, he gets a small glimpse of Vanessa, but he's unable to reach her. When Wade calls out to her, she tells him that his heart is not in the right place. Meanwhile, Colossus arrives and gathers Wade's remains before taking him back to his X-Men mansion with him. At the same time, Cable wakes up to find his family dead and decides to teleport back to the past to eliminate the murderer. Colossus asks Wade to join X-Men and join them in fighting against evil. He tells Wade that they have a set of rules that they need to follow, but when Wade refuses to join, Colossus tells him that they are family and that he's only looking out for him. Later, Colossus tells Wade that they are going on their first X-Men mission and takes him to an orphanage where a child named Russell is wreaking havoc. Russell has the power of fire and threatens to hurt anyone who comes near him. Wade tries to help but causes more trouble and Russell gets aggressive. When they manage to apprehend Russell, Wade notices signs of torture on Russell and asks him who had hurt him. When he points at the orphanage's headmaster and a few of the guards, Wade immediately kills them. This makes Colossus mad, and he tells Wade that he cannot go acting like the judge, jury, and executioner on his own, and that they are supposed to follow rules. He tells Wade that they are done and leaves, allowing the authorities to arrest Wade as well. They place a collar around Wade and Russell's neck, restraining their power. Without his superpowers, Wade feels sick again due to his tumors and remains miserable in the prison. During lunch hour, Cable breaks into the prison and starts killing everyone in his way who stops him from getting to Russell. Since both Wade and Russell have their powers restricting collars on, they can do much. But as Cable attacks Wade, Russell comes up behind him to stab him and tries to protect Wade. But his efforts are made in vain, and Cable quickly overpowers him. He then tells Wade that he's from the future. The two start fighting, and Cable asks Wade why he cares for Russell. But Wade tells him that he does not care about what happens to the boy. Nearby, Russell overhears, and just then, a bomb goes off. Wade dies, and once again, has a flashback of Vanessa before he's reincarnated again. At the bar, Wade concludes that when Vanessa told him that his heart wasn't in the right place, she meant that he needs to protect Russell, and he decides that he wants to help Russell. Meanwhile, a fight breaks out in the prison once again, and Russell, who is now trapped there without any friends, makes his way out of the hall and towards the prison where the largest man is trapped. He offers him his food, and the two form a bond. At the same time, Wade assembles a team to help him with his mission of rescuing Russell. He interviews multiple people and decides on 5 people. Among them is Domino, a woman with luck as her superpower. Once Wade leaves, satisfied with his team, Cable shows up and holds his friend hostage until he reveals Wade's plan and location. The next day, Wade hypes his team in the plane as they get ready to attack the convoy carrying Russell. Everyone jumps out and releases their parachutes, but the winds are too strong, and one by one, everyone from the team dies by making some sort of disastrous landing. Wade and Domino are the only ones who survive, and they jump right to the action. Domino manages to intercept the convoy and kicks the driver out, taking over the convoy. She immediately spots Cable running towards the convoy as well and warns Wade. As Cable gets into the convoy, he begins to make his way towards Russell, but Domino once again saves the day when she starts fighting with him and buys time for Wade to catch up with the convoy. As Wade climbs onto the convoy, the two continue fighting when Russell releases Juggernaut from his cell and he destroys the convoy. Wade emerges from the rubble and comes across Russell. He tells him that he came back to save him, but Russell is too angry to listen. Just then, Juggernaut approaches an unsuspecting Wade and tears his body in half. Wade then goes back to Al's house, where Cable approaches him once again and fills him in that he has been after Russell because in the future he turns evil and kills his wife and daughter. He asks Wade for his help to stop Russell. After contemplating for a while, Wade agrees. The group then visits Colossus' mansion, and Wade tries to apologize and ask him for help, but when he does not respond, they leave. Russell is back at the orphanage and destroying the building looking for the principal. There, they get attacked by Juggernaut and are no match for him. At that point, Colossus arrives and tells Wade and Cable to go ahead and stop Russell, and he will handle Juggernaut. Wade rushes inside the church to find the principal hiding there and Russell provoking him to come out. Wade tells Russell that he's better than this, but Russell is beyond listening and does not trust anyone any longer. He attacks Wade and Cable and blows up the church. Outside, Cable tells Wade that he has 1 bullet left that he intends to use to kill Russell, but Wade tells him that he has a plan. Wade puts on the power-restricting collar and approaches Russell to show him that he truly cares about him. Russell attacks him and Wade gets hurt. Just then, Cable shoots, but right before the bullet can hit Russell, Wade jumps in front and takes the bullet. Russell realizes that Wade meant it when he claimed that he cared for him and rushes towards him. As Wade starts to die because of his bullet wound, he gets another flashback of Vanessa, and this time he can go through the barrier. The two kiss and celebrate being able to touch each other before Vanessa tells him that it's not his time to die yet, as the others still need him. Cable time travels again, and he manages to put a nickel where Wade will get shot in the future, so that when everything happens and Wade gets shot, the bullet does not kill him, but instead gets stuck in the coin. He realizes that Cable made a sacrifice to save him, which causes him to get stuck in the past. And that was it for the recap, guys. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button, and also hit the notification bell to stay updated on our uploads.